Hey guys, how's it going? So, quick video I've been wanting to make. So, Superman came out last weekend, so this Friday, and people are watching it, people are loving it, people are hating it, and there's been some controversy around the movie that I wanted to talk about. Some of the things here are pretty stupid, but I want to address them because I feel like it's really funny what's happening where people are realizing stuff about characters that have been written for a while. Superman has been around for a while, and man, these are just things that are really interesting to see in the topic. So basically, there are some problems, some topics that have been problems, some controversies with the movie, how it handles characters, how it handles certain situations, how it mirrors certain situations in real life. So the first and one of the most important for me is the treatment of Superman's parents, basically the biological parents of Superman, and how they are treated. Now I'm going to quote here, very badly by the movie and by the story, because if you don't know, I'm going to go into spoilers here, but basically throughout the first part of the movie, we're led to believe that this is just the basic Superman origins, where his parents sent him to Earth to do good and all this stuff. And by the midpoint, we get this sudden revelation that no, the parents not only didn't send him to be a good person on Earth, they sent him to control and to rule over the world, right? To rule over the Earth. And this spiked some controversy for some people because some people that have problems with the movie doing original things, original ideas, or maybe some of the stakes being a little bit higher, or subverting expectations in a way. There's people that have nothing to do and are really, really pissed off and just be like, man, come on, this is not good. And you ask them, well, why is it not good? Well, because, Superman's parents aren't supposed to be bad, right? Like Krypton is supposed to be like a good Earth that just happened to go through some political problems, and this is what happens. Well, I honestly think that this is a very bad take. I do think, and I appreciated that Superman's parents, biological parents, are bad or evil, and they send him to do evil. I think it's good for two main reasons. First, it really shines on Superman's character to have heard this from his parents, to have heard this from everything that, and to have this kind of like truth be a complete lie, and to question his character, to have a moral dilemma, to have an internal dilemma, not only in how he was raised, but on what he means, on what basically his existence, his reason of being means to people and to himself, and all these questions. And I think it raises a very, very pivotal point for Superman's character, and he just shines through it. Like, this character is just so well done and all this in the movie, that this point is really important, and it also makes a very big statement about who Superman is. Like, even his biological parents being and evil and everything doesn't undermine Superman's character, and he's able to become a hero basically through all of this lies and all of this deception that he falls through from his own parents, right? Who he has pretty much cherished, and he pretty much just kind of idolized in a way, but he realizes that he doesn't know them. He just knows this one message that he plays all the time, right? And basically that his real parents are the humans, because Superman is human. Superman was not born on Earth, but he is a human. He is from Earth, right? So this is the point. That one of the main reasons why I think it's a good idea. And second, because it's interesting, and it makes the characters interesting, and it subverts expectations, and it's fun, and it's a different take, and honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not outlandish to think that a world that is so superior in technology, in physicality, and all this stuff, basically sends people to conquer worlds, right? We've seen this multiple times in all types of media, and I really think that this is really not a problem, and this is actually really, really fun to do, and it's actually very, very interesting, because these characters that usually mean nothing in these movies, or to general audiences that are kind of like, oh man, are we really going to fucking talk about Krypto again and all this stuff? Like, I don't care, right? I want to see Superman do Superman stuff. I don't need to see political problems and a war that's been happening on Krypto unless you're mentioning Sod, right? This is also a point. This is like an extra point, but this is not really a point from the movie because he doesn't show up on the movie. But I really feel like this makes General Zod's character even more interesting because it makes him more of a menace, right? It makes him like this super well trained Superman that could also be a really bad and also kind of fun in a way because he's sort of backed up by all of this people, his world, and everything, even Superman's parents, right? So it makes that whole conflict a lot more interesting and a lot more compelling for Superman because he kind of just feels like Zod, oh man, he's just evil, man. He wants to conquer worlds and destroy civilizations. Now he has this other level of, interesting, like complex emotions because he was there to be sent as a Zod, basically. He's General Zod in a way in kind of common comic books and storylines. So I feel like that's pretty cool. And the second point, that is the most important point. Superman is too political. Now, I can't begin to express how dumb this point is. This character has been political for a long time, man. He has been around for a long time. Superman has been around for so long that in a couple of years, there's going to be literally free IP, basically, because IP laws only cover for 100 years. He's been around for so long that he's going to be like this public domain character because it's just like so long Superman's been around. And his ideals, these ideals that he has and everything, are literally meant to represent everything that is good and bad about the United States, about the military, about everything. Superman is an immigrant and is a refugee. I don't know why people don't have this understanding because they're like, oh, come on, it's just getting too political. What? So Superman has always been an immigrant and everything? Yes, Superman is literally an alien. He's not an alien like from another nation. He's literally an alien immigrant. How more can you narrow down this point and make it like sound political if it's like right through your face? I question this a lot, but anyway, so they get like, oh no, but then this is Israel, like pro Palestine, against Israel, anti-Semitic view. And honestly, I feel like that's fine. I feel like we have seen enough for everybody to form their own opinions on this war. It is very much evident that there are bad people in the world that are doing bad stuff. And a movie like this helps support a person's perspective. And this is really important when it comes to media, because media also has to transcend into something important, right? So if we could basically see Superman in a real world, he would probably stop this kinds of wars. He would probably cause these political problems, and he would probably be obviously related to the United States as representing the United States basically in this conflict. So I think that is super interesting, and it's political because it is. There is no way you can do a war and not be political. I don't understand how this is a point even. Because like they're like, oh no, it's too political, man, and it's too biased and everything. Well, everything is too biased. Anything is too biased when it comes to art because everybody has their own perspective. And honestly, I feel like we can all agree that this is a very, very valid point that is on the movie, right? And we could also agree that Superman would probably be on other side than on this side, basically. I don't want to get into too much because I don't want to talk too much political, man, because it's just such a mess and it doesn't really get anywhere sometimes, most of the times. But honestly, I think this is just about what I feel the controversy has spiked. And honestly, I really, really feel like it's very important to nail down these 2 points because they're just really, really dumb. And at the end of the day, it's just a movie, man. Thank you for watching.